Hello students, welcome to Chapter 3 video. This video is going to give you some of the key concepts of the chapter, which involves revising, which is something that we're going to be working on all semester long. So I hope you'll find this video useful, and just like with the Chapter 1 and 2 video, I would recommend that you have your book with you as you watch the video. The chapter starts on page 48. And I'm going to try to keep this video relatively short and simple. I'm just going to go through the key concepts that I think you'll need to know as you work through the chapter. So when we're talking about revising, the first thing you'll see on the screen is that I've given a very general definition of editing. One thing you need to be aware of is that editing is not the same as revising. Editing, as you see on the screen, is fixing surface features in a paper. Issues like spelling, grammar, punctuation, even typos, that's editing. And editing is very important. You do need to make sure that you proofread all of your papers and that your editing is in check before you turn in the final draft of the paper. However, if you know that that's editing, then the question becomes, and I'm going to back up just a little bit here so I can work on a definition of revising. Revising. There's something very inherent in that term, revising, something that I really want you to focus on. We have re, which at its root means do over. And then we have vise, which you might realize is related to vision. So it's literally like a revisioning or a new way of seeing your paper. So that's the way I want you to look at this concept of revising. It's going to involve a lot more work probably than editing, where you're just going through and checking your surface level content, you know, your spelling, grammar, and so on. So if you look on page 49, it gives you a nice breakdown of how to look at revising, and the first concept it gives you is topic. And topic is referenced on 49, and it goes over quite a few pages in the book, and it gives some information, some examples. Actually goes all the way over to 52. But the best way that I want you to think of topic is I want you to think of topic in terms of focus. What's your focus that you have with each paragraph, and how is that focus contributing to your overall picture of the paper itself? And also you may remember that topic relates to, in a lot of ways, to topic sentence. So each paragraph having a central focus or a controlling idea. If you look over to page 50, it says, I'm in the second I'll back up to the very top of the page 50. And what it's referencing here is topic sentence. It says everything should branch out from or support the subject and position you state in your topic sentence. The same is true for an essay. Your essay's topic should be obvious in your thesis statement. And we have not spent a lot of time on thesis yet, but I'm going to write that up here under topic because it is pretty important. And we're going to get to a point in class very soon where we're going to touch base with thesis, but it does relate to your focus of the essay. Are your topic sentences in check? And do you have a thesis that gives the overall idea of your paper? So let me back up then. That's number one, topic. Okay? And by the way, if I go too fast in the video or if I lose you, you can always see me before or after class. I'd be happy to clarify anything in the video. Next up is unity. Unity's referenced on page 53. That is just simply the idea of keeping your sentences flowing and making sure that your ideas are flowing well and that they're not really wandering off. If you look on 53, it says, sometimes when the topic sentence is clearly stated, the topic is well established, few sentences wander off the range and need rounding up. So it's very similar to focus, but just making sure that you have tight structures. One idea is flowing well to the next idea. So you don't want to have a sentence that, you've got a paragraph and you have a central idea. You just don't want to have a sentence that kind of jars the rhythm and the pattern of that paragraph. And there's actually a really good exercise. I'm not asking you to do it, but 3.4 on page 53 and 54 does an excellent job of showing you how to cut sentences that might lack proper unity in your paper. Okay, so that's unity. That's the second thing to be aware of when you're revising. The last thing is referenced on page 55, and it really is one of the key aspects of revision. It's coherence. And literally it means sticking together. How it works in writing is that a paragraph must flow smoothly from one to the next. And it must be logical, which is just a fancy way of saying must make sense or be logical. So we need that coherence to be very strong. And it's very natural in a rough draft for the coherence to be lacking a bit, because you're really kind of figuring out with the first draft what it is you're going to be saying throughout the whole essay. So you're figuring out your stance, your position. You're figuring out how to, if it's a source paper, to bring information from outside and bring it into your paper for support. So it's very natural to be a little shaky with coherence. But when you start working on revising, you want to make sure that those ideas are clicking well, that the paragraphs are transitioning smoothly, and that your ideas make sense and that nothing's really lacking. And it gives you some concepts on 57 all through 59. There's the RAMS method, which is replace, add, move, subtract. That's going to be key, because with your revising, that's what you're going to have to do. There will be instances where you have to replace information, or you might not have given enough detail, so you have to add it. Or you might have to move the order, because again, it's got to make sense. So maybe if you placed it in paragraph 2, it might make more logical sense to put it in paragraph 3, just for an example. Or you may have to subtract altogether. The information just might not be needed in the context of your paper, so you might just have to take it out entirely. And I like that the book kind of breaks down each of those areas in the RAMs very well, going from 57 all the way over to 60. So I realize this was a short video, but just remember again that your key is topic, unity, and coherence. Study those terms closely in Chapter 3 and start thinking about how you would use the principles of revising, thinking again of topic, unity, and coherence. How would that come together in terms of how you're working from a rough draft to a final draft? So good luck with your writing. Remember that you can always email me or catch me before or after class, whatever works best for you. And I'll be more than happy to assist you or explain any concepts that might not be making sense. So good luck to you. I appreciate you checking out the video, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.